So I don't really know why I feel like addressing this, but I really do. And this might be an Asura video, so... But I kind of want to talk about the word elitist, as it's been thrown around a good bit, and it's also been thrown around a good bit regarding me. And it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, so forgive me if this isn't the type of video you like from me. Now, I think we can agree on an overall definition of what elitist is, although I don't know if there's necessarily a precise one regarding the context of literature. But I think we can all agree an elitist is somebody who thinks they're superior to you in intelligence or whatever it is because of their taste in a specific medium or whatever preferences they might have. For example, if somebody says they like My Hero Academia, then you'll have someone who's a fan of, say, Monster calling them an absolute moron for liking it. I think we can all agree it's pretty pretentious and nobody likes it, right? Okay. Let me tell you when an elitist isn't. Someone who just likes Monster. Alright? Like, let's get that out of the way. There's this weird stigma, and I mean, I understand where it comes from, where people think elitists only come from specific seinen fan bases. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I've kind of noticed it a little more and more. Shonen fan bases tend to have a lot of elitists too. We just don't call them that. We just call them quote-unquote new-gen shonen fans. If someone genuinely thinks they're more superior than you or smarter than you because they like a series that you don't like, it doesn't matter what genre or what demographic it's a part of, they're an elitist. All because somebody likes stories like Monster, like Pun Pun, like Berserk, does not automatically make them an elitist. Let's make a very clear distinction, because elitists do exist, but because someone tends to like seinen more than they do shonen doesn't automatically make them an elitist. It's the way that they go about it. For example, it's no secret. We all know the manga that I love. We know my big three: Berserk, Vagabond, Pun Pun. But I still have love for series like Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero, JJK. And believe it or not, I've actually gotten crap from actual Berserk elitists who don't want me doing Berserk videos because I like shonen. I know that kind of sounds really stupid considering that I'm promoting a manga that we both love, but hopefully you get the distinction here. Yes, I do have certain series ranked above others, but all because I think A is better than B doesn't automatically make a person an elitist. Thinking A is better than B and someone who likes B can't like B because if they like B, they're an idiot, that's the problem. And look, I'm not going to sit here and be like I've never come off as condescending, because I definitely have. Whenever you review, criticize, and do top 10, 20, 40 lists, you're going to come off as condescending at certain points, so my apologies regarding that. It's kind of like the whole mid thing. I saw someone post about this, and I felt it in my soul. Someone will say a show is mid, and then say it's 7 out of 10. Like, y'all do realize it's not that hard. Mid is middle. 5. If you're doing a scale of 10, 5 is the middle. 7 out of 10 is not mid. That would be above the middle. It would be above mid. Alright, anyways. But I really find the term elitist thrown around a little too often, especially for people in which it doesn't apply. Again, elitists do exist, but, let's not just throw it out there because someone has a preference towards seinen manga. Because if you look at someone who likes seinen mangas oh, they have to be an elitist, believe it or not, you're kind of being elitist in and of yourself. It's no better than seinen fans who look at shonen fans and think that they're just childish. There's not... No. Are there childish people? Yes, in both demographics. So I don't get it. At the end of the day, it's always about finding your own conclusions and thinking what you want regarding a specific story. And there isn't necessarily a right or wrong. If you have a certain manga in your top 20 and it doesn't even make my top 30, that's fine. Everyone has different preferences that will always go into how they rank things. It's inevitable. I just see these terms oh, new-gen shonen fans or elitists as easy cop-outs to completely discredit somebody's view on something that's entirely subjective in the first place. Do I think there are certain things that go into writing a good story? Yes, of course. Do all stories do those things the exact same way? No. And does everybody enjoy those things in the exact same way? No. Sign up. Well, we need to stop pretending like this only happens in a specific group of manga or anime fans. Could it be a little more prevalent and common? Sure, I'll give you that. But this whole thing where it's oh, if you didn't enjoy this story as much, it's because you clearly didn't understand it. And look, sometimes that could be the case. Maybe somebody missed some things when reading it. That happens. But I know plenty of people who understand Berserk fine. They just don't like it as much as they do other stories. I'm the same way with One Piece. But it's like, oh no, because I didn't like One Piece as much as all of y'all, I just clearly don't understand One Piece. Like, I perfectly understood the Going Merry scene. Like, I got it. Like, I understood what it represented. Did I care for it? No. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you'll live. You'll be fine. But I just kind of wanted to put a moratorium on that immediately because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen where, you know, the bigger you become, I guess, people are gonna have preconceived thoughts of who you are and what you are, usually based off of one video or your general opinion on a specific anime, which is like really weird to judge somebody just off of what they like on anime and manga. But hopefully I was relatively clear on the difference, right? If someone thinks like, oh, Vagabond's their #1 manga, cool, let them be. Just like you probably think something else is your #1 manga. All right, kumbaya. Someone having something at their #1 manga that tends to be critically acclaimed does not automatically make them an elitist. Just like somebody who likes new gen shonen, quote unquote, or shonen manga, isn't someone who's like 14. Like that, like I think you've all noticed that a lot of the big anime YouTubers slowly have drifted away from doing anime content. Why do you think that is? And it's like, this is something very small in comparison to how toxic the anime community can be at times. But yeah, this isn't calling anybody out. This isn't directed towards anyone in specific. It's just like a PSA for like, hey bro, like it's not that serious. But yeah, I don't really know how to do an outro for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If this is your first time watching my channel, this isn't usually my typical content. But nonetheless, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. That way you're notified whenever a new video pops up on some of your favorite anime, manga, or whatever content, which is what I usually do. Also, like and comment really helps. As always, this has been the Osro. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of the day, and peace.